Okay. Seriously. Okay, yesterday I came back to Colombo and I figured I'd go to Kosgama to go to the meditation center, which doesn't start for 5 days. And I get there, 8:30 at night because I had a late start from the amazing DJ that I saw the night before. So, needless to say, like this guy was awesome. House music, and he just journeyed through trance and house and poppy house. That really like, who's that DJ? I forget his name. Paul Oakenfold kind of flows, but then like really deep stuff. The guy was awesome. So, anyways, I slept in, and the next day headed to Colombo. That was a long bus ride. I got charged for 2 seats because of my big bag. And if I would have sat in a different spot, probably would have been different. But anyways, it was still cheap. It's like $4. And then, so I got into Kosgama late, and it was so late that just as I got there, shops were all closing. It was like 8:30, and I figured, oh, I'll go to the meditation center, see what's up. And as I got there, it was dark out, and I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna bother knocking on any doors. There's a light on, but it doesn't look like anyone's here, so I just, it's like, ah. But then as I went down to stay at the other guy's place who offered me a place, which he showed me his couch in the back of his house, his store, I was like, meh. But then I went back there, and it's like, yeah, I'll take it. So he ended up giving me his bed. And he's a crazy old man. He's like, one very crippled arm. His two sons were there, which was cool because he kept waking me up because I think he wanted to hang out and get to know me, but I was tired. And he's like, oh, you call Skype, you call mom and dad, you call friends at home. I want you to do it. And, and the next day I realized he just wanted to hang out. But he was also a little bit drunk, as his son said. And his sons are super cool. Great artists, and you can just tell. Just good heart space. I mean, so was the dad. But it was very awkward, him waking me up like twice when I was sleeping. So loud on that street. It was a main road. And so the meditation center is just not too far from there. And I was like, I don't know if I want to meditate in this place. So the next morning I was like, all right, I'm going to Candy. I've got a few days. And I checked out the website, and it said that it's across from Adams Peak, so which means it's up in the mountains. And so I decided, okay, I'll get on the bus. I'll take this place. And then I got on the bus early that morning. I got to DJ on the bus. Yes, but it was only for one dude and only in one ear. I shared my headphones with him, and because I'm looking around on the bus, and I'm like, man, we are so lucky because we have iPods, music, and we can just like pick a good song that vibrates. And most people there are just in hot buses, no music, no nothing. It's just stuffed and crowded. And I'm like, man, in North America, we are so lucky just to have those things at our fingertips. So I shared my music with this guy. I got the feeling that he likes reggae. And the funny part was he was this business suit guy, and I played the song Ganja Farmer. It's a really rootsy song. I am the Ganja Farmer. And he was totally tapping to that song, totally digging on that. And so I went on the whole map, acoustic vibes to like, more tribal, ethnic stuff that he'd know, but with the western flow to it, and drum and bass and some hip hop, and it was cool. So anyways, I decided I'm on my way to the other meditation center. I figure I'll just go straight there. The scenery on the way there was amazing. It's kind of like going through the Kootenays. It's just phenomenal. And I just really wish I could stop and take more pictures. And of course, we get to this junction, and it's like 8 kilometers from Candy. And I remember the meditation center 7 kilometers. On my directions, I only wrote like a portion of it down from this one junction. But all of a sudden, the bus stops. It's not moving, and it's almost like there's a traffic stop of some sort. And I'm like, get out here. So I get out, and of course, I got out of the right junction, and then took a tuk-tuk, the 3-wheeler, up to the meditation center. And after I was kind of hard with this guy about the price, once he drove up this insane mountain, I was like, oh, here's an extra tip, because that was an insane drive. So got up to the meditation center, and of course the risk was that they wouldn't let me in because it was a strictly Sinhalese course. There's no English in this one, where the other course was starting a day later and it also had English. So I explained to the guy, I'd been to 6 courses and served for 6, and so that I knew it really well and it wouldn't bother me if that was the case. And he's like, okay. And so when I walked up, driving up the mountain, this was like the top of the mountain, the weather's getting cool. I'm like, yeah, it's cool weather. But the mountain up there, the place where Dhammakota is amazing. It's so nice. So I walked down the hill, to which I realized that there was actually buses, lots of buses that go up this mountain, and I probably could have got a lot cheaper, like a 20 rupee ride versus 500. But I knew my way, and everything worked itself out in perfect timing. Because when I then decided, I'm just going to walk for a little while, and then I'm going to get on the bus. Why? I don't know. I went up a big mountain, but I'm like, I'm just going to walk. And so then I get down, or I'm walking down, and the perfect timing, I get on the bus, and then when we get into Kandy, I walk like 2 blocks, and of course, I'm wandering around looking for some specific coffee shop, which has internet and AC. And who do I run into? But a guy who, I'm not sure which we talked about first, Saskatoon or Vipassana. So what are the chances that I just leave the Vipassana meditation center and I run into somebody who does Vipassana? Now you might think, oh, it's pretty good because you're in a Buddhist country, but most people here do not do meditation. So it was a very great synchronicity, to which we got to hang out for a bit, and I got to kind of clue in on what synchronicity is, because he was, good things happen, good karma, da-da-da, yeah. And then just describing the aspects of synchronicity. It was just a very bright, I was getting chills, and it was a really good experience. And so anyways, we get around and we start talking meditation, and then he has this inclination about this friend who said, if you ever know anyone, and they're not really friends, but they know each other, kind of thing. And he's like, well, you can bring him to my place, because it's this beautiful hotel. It's right beside, I'm right across from Candy Lake, in the most beautiful posh area. There's doctors that live next doors. There's the Swiss Hotel, and seriously, I'm in the most posh neighborhood. I've got this amazing hotel, amazing room, and it's so cheap, and access to a swimming pool next door. I'm going to spoil myself and do the Ayurvedic massage and the whole deal, just because this is the home of Ayurvedic medicine. I figure I might as well get some. Yeah, and having a hot shower. I've been having showers, but none of them have been in hot water, and to have that was so special. So, yeah, I'm in this awesome hotel, which I took a bunch of pictures of, and, the synchronicities just keep happening. And every time it happens, Sasha, I keep thinking of you ever since that day when you put the hands out like this, and you're just, the angels are just behind you, just pushing you. And I'm like, being here, I can't believe the heart connection here. It's been phenomenal. I'm truly amazed, and so much gratitude. So gonna go to some Buddhist/Hindu dancing, courtesy of my new friend. He's part of the the YMBA, which is, I don't know if it's Young Man's Buddhist Association, but it's a Buddhist association with a very similar name to the YMCA. YMBA. So, as you can notice, I'm getting quite the fur. I think I'm just going to keep growing this and growing this. I don't know how long. Maybe up until the time that I see Mary Jane and she goes, whoa, that's a lot of fur. Who knows? But, yeah, that's about it for now. Peace.